Exclusive. Tinubu cannot hold a teacup. Ajatu Muhammad gives reasons why APC candidate must not be president in exclusive interview with the Whistler. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. Please subscribe to our channel. The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, does not have the presence of mind to be president of Nigeria. A former chieftain of a party, Ajatu Muhammad, had told the Whistler during a telephone interview. Muhammad, who is not known to pull her punches when it comes to public comments, announced her resignation from the Tinubu campaign on Saturday and said she was quitting party politics. In a resignation letter as the director of civil society in the Presidential Campaign Council of the ruling All Progressives Congress addressed to the national chairman, Abdullahi Adamu, she had recent developments in the political and democratic space have made it impossible for her to continue participating in party politics. She stated that the challenges facing the country today require me to continue championing the struggle for a better country with a clear conscience as I remain absolutely loyal to Nigeria. Adding that the problems require the consolidated efforts of competent and patriotic leadership across every level of governance. But giving more details on what informed the decision to dump the Tinubu campaign, she told the Whistler that the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate had demonstrated clear symptoms of dementia when she visited him for a private meeting in London. She said, "Asiwaju that I sat with for 2 hours has slept most of the time. It was busy a candidate that I was really talking to. Most importantly, he is not only physically unfit, he is mentally unfit. Whether I want him or not, this is the truth. It is not that I hate him. I respect him because I've heard of 1 or 2 good people that he assisted, which is good. But when you talk of leadership of over 200 million people, you know that if you remove tribal sentiment, you know that he is incapable. Those that we rule are those around him. This is the reality. He is mentally deranged. I said it. I sat with him for 2 hours in London. When you talk of green, he will give you an answer of red. He cannot even decipher. He has very serious dementia. I believe he has Alzheimer's because he cannot even hold a cup of tea. If you remove tribal sentiment, if you remove the Lagos Ibadan press, if Tinubu were not a Yoruba man, he will not dare contest election because they will crucify him. But people are all there to defend him because he's Yoruba. It is Egbe Omo Oduduwa over everything else. I was on the campaign for Yola and we had to beg them to take the mic from him. Everything that Tinubu is based on lies. Imagine he's an Hausa man. Will he contest election with all this busy on top of him? In this campaign, nobody should talk of corruption because they are corruption personified. Mohammed has, however, disclosed she will be supporting the People's Democratic Party candidate Atiku Abubakar in the presidential election because he is a lesser evil. What I am saying is, if I have to choose between the devil and the deep sea, I'll go for the deep sea. I will support Atiku because over and above everything else, I follow my conscience. I am not doing it for myself, I am doing it for God and for my country, she stated. Mohammed disclosed that she had not met Tinubu again after she accepted the appointment to serve. In his PPC also claimed the former Lagos State governor had no plans for the North, despite the myriads of problems confronting the region. Recalling her London meeting with the All Progressive Congress candidate, Mohammed said, and I quote, "I asked Tinubu, what do you have for us in the North? He looked at me in the face and said, nothing. I said, sir, you mean you have nothing for the North? The question of security, out of school children, agriculture and many things like that. Everybody in the Northeast is waiting to be killed or kidnapped." Excerpts of the interview. I did not say I'm quitting. People do not read very well. I said party politics. Party politics is different from quitting politics. All I'm saying is that I should not be caged to a particular party. I have given God ability to mobilize. I have God-given ability to mobilize. I cannot cage myself to the All Progressive Congress. That is why I left the APC, but I'm still very much in politics. But don't you think you're pulling out of the All Progressive campaign? All Progressive Congress campaign will affect the chances of a party in the North? She replied, I'm not in any race. I'm not contesting any election. If I'm pulling out of the campaign, it affects them, and that is their problem. They asked, which candidate are you going to support for president? She replied, I have been talking to Kwankwaso. I know he's handicapped. I have not sat with Obi, but Obi is not accepted in the north anyway. Someone was saying between Tinubu and Atiku is like the devil and the deep blue sea. I said that is true, but I'd rather jump into the deep sea. They asked, is there a reason why you would prefer Atiku? She replied, I have sat with them. Yes, I have sat with them. I wanted to leave the All Progressive Congress a long time ago, but they pleaded with me not to and made me understand that things would change. When I was first given the appointment, I was called by Falake. I was actually on a flight. We were in the aircraft, and there was a delay. I opened my cell phone, and he called, and he said, this is Falake, and I said, I don't know you, and explained who he was. He said, we want you to make a director in the civil society organization. I told him that I do not want, and he started to plead with me. And I said, don't plead with me, only God is Alpha and Omega. I am just an instrument to be used by God anytime he wants, but I have a passion for my country. I told him Asiwaju knows me, but he has never contacted me. For that reason, I have not sat with him to ask him what he has for us in the north. He pleaded with me to accept the appointment and speak with Asiwaju later. So one has to be humble. Accept it, but on the basis that if I'm not satisfied by the answers given to me by Asiwaju, I will opt out. And he said yes. He was grateful. That same day at night, I was receiving an unknown number for about a couple of minutes, and I picked it up. Then I saw a text message saying Asiwaju wants to talk to you. He called immediately and said, I'm very sorry, but I respect the fact that you refused my appointment. And I said, no wahala. He asked why I refused the appointment, and I said, first, you never consulted me. I left CPT to stay with you at ACN because it was always Buhari getting out of alliance, and each time he's getting out, he always wanted us to go to follow him. So this time, I said I am not going. I am not a slave, going everywhere for no reason. I said I am not going along with Buhari. I will stick to ACN. So I stuck with ACN. I supported Ribadu. Asked him how much of my money I spent. Millions for Nuhu Ribadu. But Nuhu left for the People Democratic Party without even telling me. When I asked him, he said, is it my fault? Then I said, when I was giving you millions of naira, didn't you know that you have an obligation? Asiwaju started begging me not to disappoint them. So I said, what is it you want? He said, I'm in London. Can you come and meet me in London? I said, why not? He said, do you want me to buy you a ticket? I said, no, sir. It's not a problem. He said, do you need a hotel? I said, yes, sir. So after I dropped the call, I called my traveling agent that night to get me a ticket. And that is how I got to London that same day at night. Now, my question to this woman, not a lady, woman is, how are you saying you're fighting for your country when you are cross-carpeting to the PDP? Because to me, APC and PDP are the same. And why will I be going for an option of between the devil and the deep sea? Between the devil and the deep blue sea, if I do not have interest. Self-interest is what politicians are normally after, not serving the country. Anytime you see serving the country, my brother, know that it is #Oloriro. Alright, on this note, we have come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy the rest of your day.